So after many years in the self-improvement space, it's taken me some time going back and forth to figure out why people are successful versus why people are not successful, the traits that make them successful, and what separates the two of them. And it's taken me a long time to figure out what actually separates these two people. There's things like discipline, there's things like what career path they get into, luck, hard work, how well they can tolerate stress, everything along those lines. And yeah, probably those do all play some sort of part into what makes someone successful versus not successful. But at the end of the day, those were not the reasons why someone was successful versus not successful. There were cases where every single one of these people were successful versus not with each and one of those traits. So I had to dig deeper. I had to figure out, why are these people successful even though they have these negative qualities? And what I figured out between the ultra successful versus just the people who might be a little bit successful or have a little bit of success is that the people who are ultra successful do not idolize money. Really, at the end of the day, they do not care about money. Money is not what drives them to do everything they do. And this might seem weird. It's like they're not idolizing money as much anymore, so they're more successful. How does that make any sense whatsoever? It doesn't. Or does it? Here's the thing. When you idolize something so much, let's say you idolize this girl. There's this girl in your math class that you're just so into. She's everything you want in a girl. Most beautiful woman you've ever laid your eyes on. You have an obsession with her. Right? It's everything you want. It's everything you think about. First thing you think about when you wake up, fall asleep. You are going to be so in your head if you ever get a chance to talk to her that it's going to ruin things for you. You are going to overthink every small interaction you have with her, everything you do with her, every text you send her, to the point where you are not yourself. You're too in your head, right? And the same thing happens with money. People overthink things so much. They think, oh, but this person's doing this person's doing this. I'm not naturally good at this. I'm not good at sales. I'm not good at talking to people. I'm not good at managing my money. I'm not good at saving. All of this stuff. And it distracts your brain power from focusing on the things that you need to be focusing on in order to be successful. Along those same lines, people who are successful are not afraid to spend their money. This is the second part of not idolizing money. So, let's take Bill Gates, for example, or Elon Musk, for example. Do you think Elon Musk got to where he was and his riches by saving his money? Yes and no, right? Obviously, there's some people out here telling you, oh yeah, spend everything you get because you're just gonna learn how to make more money. That might be true for some people. But for the average person, that's probably not the case. You do still have to save. And I'm not telling you to go out there and spend all of your money, because I don't even do that. I will say I'm a little bit frugal. I am. I don't spend that much money. I live a very average life for the amount of money I make. And it's not like I make a crazy amount of money, but for what I make at my age and how I have been making money, I don't spend that much money. So I could probably do a little bit better on this rule, but I like having a stable background, and that's probably how a lot of you think as well. But when you are making a good amount of money, and when you guys get to that point of making a lot of money, and you have those beliefs of saving all of your money, it's going to feel the exact same making all of that money as it did when you were making half that money or a quarter of that money, because you're spending the same amount overall. When you're not a spender like me, you tend to not go shopping on a day-to-day basis. You tend to say you want something specifically, like you want to go shopping or go get a new gun, whatever it may be. Me personally, I work up to those. I set a goal for myself in order to achieve that, which is great. It has a driving factor for me in order to get that thing I want to get. But I subconsciously by doing that and putting money on a pedestal and making it seem like money is not abundant in my head. When I am doing that and making money seem not abundant in my head, I am forcing money to be something that is hard to get and outside of my control to get. So what I have to do instead is, in my subconscious brain, tell myself that money is easy to get. Spend money like it is nothing. Believe that money grows on trees, because when I have that mindset that money does grow on trees and money is easy to get, I can make money when spending money. The more I spend, the more I can make money. That being said, I do still have to save money. I still need to have that backup plan. I need to have that financial freedom that I can fall back on in case, for example, the internet shuts down one day and all my income sources are gone. I still have to have that because that is very high possibility of happening. But I have to be able to spend and have that abundance mindset when it comes to money. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to make as much money as I want to make. This is kind of one of those things where it's a loop. Part of me, or part of everyone, thinks, oh, but money's so easy to make, so you should spend a lot to make more money. But money is not important to make. Money has no value, so I'm going to spend more. Spend more so I can think that money is not abundant and make more money, which is not important. And it's just this big loop over and over. And this is where a lot of people struggle. This is why people go bankrupt. So sure, you need to believe this, but in the back of your mind, you need to know. Sure, I might be spending this money, but I'm still having money that I'm going to be falling back on. So how can you do this? How are you going to spend more money but still save money? How does that make any sense? What you need to do is you need to set budgets for how much you're going to spend, invest, save, whatever it may be on a month-to-month basis. So what I like to do is 50%, mine are obviously skewed, but a good rule of thumb for the general people is 50% of your income will go to bills. It will go to any expenses you have on a month-to-month basis, any subscriptions, anything like that. 30% will go into savings, investing. Any place you want to delegate that money, 30% of your monthly income will go to that every single month. And 20% can be your spending. Meaning, as you grow your income, that spending budget is going to increase with you, showing you those same things, that money is abundant, money grows on trees, everything like that, but you're also getting bigger savings as you go. So it might look like you're blowing all of this money, so on and so forth, but at the end of the day, you're still spending that exact same percentage of your income as you were when you were making $1,000 a month versus $10,000 a month. Instead of $200 though, it's $2,000, and so on and so forth. Instead of $2,000, it's $20,000. But you're still being financially stable and saving 50% of your income. You're still pocketing 50, or in $10,000 a month case, $5,000 a month, $50,000 a month, so on and so forth. So it's very important to set a goal for yourself, but know that if you are spending money, it is okay as long as you're doing it smart. So stop idolizing money, set a plan for yourself, and reward yourself by spending the money you earn while knowing that you still are being financially stable. Thank you very much.